Alright, what's up everyone? Today we're diving into a project that I am ridiculously excited about. Imagine your favorite slasher films from the 80s. Think Halloween, think Friday the 13th, but with a twist. Now, throw in the gritty, high-octane energy of a classic skate video. That's right. We're talking about a skateboarding horror film. So, picture this. A group of skaters, let's call them the Ramp Rats, decide to break into an abandoned, legendary skate park. This place is the stuff of myths, closed down for years after a mysterious, tragic accident. The locals whisper that it's haunted, cursed, but our crew, they just want to skate the untouched, pristine bowls and half-pipes that no one has touched in decades. The film opens with that classic skate video vibe. We see our crew, the charismatic leader, the tech-obsessed filmer, the rookie trying to prove themselves, and the laid-back, funny one who's just there for a good time. The first act is all about the camaraderie, the tricks, the fails, and the pure joy of skateboarding. Their landing lines, hyping each other up, and the filmer is capturing it all on a grainy, retro camera. The humor is key here. We'll have classic skate-style banter, inside jokes, and maybe a few wipeouts set to a killer punk rock soundtrack. But as night falls, the vibe shifts. The lights they rigged up start to flicker. Strange noises echo from the deep end of the empty pool. The filmer's camera starts picking up weird glitches, shadows moving in the background that weren't there before. At first, they brush it off. Old park, bad wiring. Right, they're skaters. They're used to sketchy spots. They make jokes, daring each other to skate the darkest corners of the park. This is where the horror really kicks in. One of the skaters goes missing. They were just trying to land a trick in the full pipe, and then silence. The rest of the group starts searching, their jokes turning to nervous whispers. The park, which felt like a playground just hours before, now feels like a labyrinth. The ramps cast long, menacing shadows, and every scrape of a skateboard wheel sounds like a footstep behind them. Our villain isn't your typical masked killer with a knife. No, our antagonist is tied to the history of the park itself. Maybe it's the ghost of a legendary skater who died trying an impossible trick. Their spirit now jealously guarding the park from anyone who dares to skate it. Or perhaps it's something even stranger, a presence that warps the park's very geometry. Imagine a skater trying to escape, only to find the ramp they're riding on is suddenly an endless loop, or the coping tom of rear butt grind turns into a razor's edge. The scares are built around the environment. A skateboard rolling out of the darkness on its own. The sound of a kickflip in an empty section of the park. The filmer, reviewing footage, sees a shadowy figure on a board mirroring their friends' tricks in the background of a shot, getting closer and closer with each take. The tension builds through sound design, the echo of wheels, the clatter of a board, the sudden, deafening silence. We'll have some amazing set pieces, a chase scene through a winding snake run, where the killer is just as agile on a board as our heroes. A tense moment where a character has to use their skateboard as a weapon to fend off an attack. We'll lean into that 80s horror feel, but the action and the kills are all uniquely Think less about jump scares and more about a creeping, atmospheric dread that uses the unique sounds and spaces of a skate park to its full advantage. The humor will be a vital release valve. Even as things get terrifying, our skaters are still skaters. They'll react to a ghostly apparition with, "Whoa, that was a sick wall ride, dude," before the terror sets in. This blend of humor and horror is crucial. It makes the characters relatable and makes the scary moments hit even harder because you genuinely care about this crew. The climax would be an epic final confrontation in the park's biggest bowl. Our final skater, the final girl or final guy of the story, has to use all their skill and knowledge of the park to survive. It's not just about escaping, it's a showdown. A final, insane skate line becomes a battle for survival, with our hero trying to out-trick and outmaneuver the supernatural force that has been hunting them all night. It's Aliens meets Thrasher, King of the Road. We're aiming for a long-form feature. Build in the world and the characters so you're fully invested before the chaos begins. It's not just a series of events. It's a story with heart, humor, and some serious scare. The goal is to create something that feels both nostalgic and totally fresh, a movie that both horror fans and skaters will love. It's a tribute to two cultures that are all about rebellion, creativity, and facing your fears head-on. So, that's the big idea. A skateboarding horror film that's funny, scary, and full of action. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Would you watch this? What kind of crazy skate-themed horror scenes can you imagine? I'd love to hear your ideas. Thanks for tuning in. And if you dig this concept, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe below, and ring the bell so you don't miss any updates. Peace.